Well, I'm Allan from Gale Force Wins. Here I am at the 36th Annual Baie Peninsula Mining Conference. What a wonderful time I'm having. Thank you to our good friends at Brook Construction, High Tech Communications, and Western Petroleum for bringing this conversation alive. I want to tell you, what a show, what collaboration, what opportunity exists right here in Baie. I love meeting the folks that are in the room one by one, and on that note, why don't you introduce yourself, sir, and tell us what you do.
Yeah. My name is Allan Cramm. I'm a co-founder and senior technical advisor with Novamera.
Talk to me about Novamera. What do you guys do?
Novamera is developed by Surgical Mining Technologies, and it covers everything from the deposit evaluation, identification, right through to extraction and remediation work. So it's a one-stop shop for mining deposits that are otherwise uneconomic.
Right. Explain to me the technology. How does it work?
So we developed the technology in response to an opportunity we saw for a mine that we worked at Anaconda Mine. We had a deposit called Romeo and Juliet. It was reasonably high grade gold in a vein, but the geometry of it made it uneconomic with conventional mining. For an open pit, it would result in an incredible amount of strip rock. So we would have taken away 30 times as much waste rock as it was. And to go to a conventional underground mine, the capital costs of developing that were far greater than the value that we could extract it. So other than that, it just really sat idle. So that's how we got going.
So that was a problem. Talk to me about the solution. Like, what did it look like?
Well, we started out with looking at it, making modifications to conventional techniques, and ultimately we ended up with an idea to mine by drilling. So we didn't want to certainly didn't want to reinvent the wheel, but we used existing drills modified slightly to do this.
Okay.
So we're actually using a drill that's quite common in the construction industry. It's called a pile top drill. The one thing we needed to do with that was actually a very good understanding of the deposit geometry. And for that, we developed what we now call a guidance tool. So we're essentially seeing through rock fine details that you would not otherwise know.
Wow. It's got to be a game changer.
Yeah, it will be. I mean, we look at mining. Typically, mining is done in horizontal benches, like an open pit, or horizontal levels for underground. We're basically turning around the edge, so we're mining vertically, and there's nothing out there to do that. There's no software to do mine planning. There's no technique to actually get the kind of detail we need. So we had to develop a lot of tools to help us.
Wow, a lot of hardware modifications. Talk to me about AI. Is that playing in there at all?
It's going to be a massive opportunity for us to introduce AI to our data. We are collecting so much data with our downhole tools that without AI, it would take us incredible amounts of time to understand the data.
Yeah.
So using AI gives us the ability to identify the features fast and accurate. Right. Because we're recording so much data in around the response to our survey and the location of this. So there's a lot of data coming through. It would take months or years to get data for one hole, and now we do that in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, and the amount of data, as you say, you're creating every time. I mean, just think about what that's going to do for the industry largely as this new technology grows. Talk to me specifically about Baie. Talk to me about your excitement around Baie.
Well, my home is here in Baie. I've been involved in mining my entire career. I'm quite proud of being from Baie and the experience I've gotten in the area. Baie has always been, we've had a really different relationship, I think, working collaboratively with our suppliers and service providers. And, we've got great relationships working with other mining companies. We're not in competition. And Baie is pro-mining.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of support from the town, but also from the province as well.
Yeah, and I in my conversation with many other people today, they speak so highly of the workforce and their dedication to the mining sector. That's a huge piece of the puzzle.
I think if you go anywhere in the world, you're going to find people in this region. There's a lot of underground miners came from here, a lot of surface miners, a lot of tradespeople. Gables produce, some of the best tradespeople in the world, I'm sure, and they're all over the world.
Right.
From Africa to different parts of Europe and through Canada.
Yeah. Big, bright horizon for Baie Verte in this area. Some real interesting opportunities coming, not only for just the raw material, but the economic spin-offs of that and what it's going to mean for this community 2, 5, 10, 15 years down the road. That must be amazing to be in the middle of that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I feel, we're leading, the new way of mining here. And for me, in getting late in my career, this is a wonderful note to lead on, and to be a part of it. With our company Novamera, I'm working with 16 young men and women from all over the world, and they're incredibly talented. And I feel so proud to be a part of that. Sometimes I can't believe it's really happening for me. I'm lucky to be their father, in a lot of cases, but we had a great relationship.
Yeah.
So proud.
If you were meeting somebody up at a big mining show in Toronto or somewhere else in the world, how would you summarize the opportunities in Baie Verte and the place itself?
Yeah, I think, Baie Verte has got such a historic connection to mining. I mean, the first the real mining experience goes back to the cave of Eskimos here, 1,000 years ago, and then it's been mining continuously. Some of Newfoundland's first mining is right here in Baie Verte. And we got examples of industrial minerals, base metals, precious metals. I think the real opportunity around critical minerals, I think, so much around carbon sequestration, and then now we're doing new technology developed that was founded here in Baie Verte, working with the university and colleges here. But this is the only one of its kind in the world, and we're getting feedback from all over the world on this. So, I'm going to start right here in Baie Verte. So.
And back to your point that you're proud to be from Baie Verte, you said at the very beginning. What would you say about the place itself?
It's a great place to grow up. It's got a great future ahead of it. We've had some down in the town. It needs a little bit of makeup here, but we got something to work with. Some great people and a great future in the various mining, the Firefly, Maritime, Shoreline, Bay Minerals, and the technology opportunities that we're working on. I think if people around the world are certainly aware of Baie Verte, I look forward to a bright future.
Right. Tremendous amount of experience, incredible technology, wonderful people all around you. It's a recipe for success. It's an absolute pleasure to be in conversation.
Thank you.